Hey YouTube, it's Tycanders here doing another action figure review, and this time it's for the 2018 Mattel Batman Missions basic, well, it's a basic line for Batman figures, DC Batman himself. So this is one of two Batman that have been released in the first wave. There's I think it's called Power Glide Batman, is one of the first of the basic ones, and then you have this guy which is just called Batman. And then there is a third one, which is a deluxe figure, which is, I think it's like Air Power Cannon Batman or something like that, where they have like a kind of a air press gimmick. But I haven't seen that one on shelves over here. So here is Batman himself. So I will get in the old trusty tape measure before I go onto the box. So figure stands just a little over maybe 7.6 high. It's the tips of his ears that make him that little bit higher. He's fairly nice looking figure, but before I got onto him, I'll just do a brief speak about the box. So the box is a fairly standard Mattel Batman Missions box. They're all come on these kind of grey background boxes with the what looks like the '89 Batman logo, and it just has DC on it, Mattel, and then just the name of the character. Flipping around to the back of the box, you got all the legalese stuff in different languages, and you got artwork instead of a picture of other figures in the line. So you have artwork of the other figures technically in the line. So you have artwork for Batman himself, Joker, which I have reviewed, and Robin. As you can see, Joker's kind of firing some sort of electrical device at Batman's shield, which comes with the figure. And you can see Batman's name, and basically says Batman, and underneath it, it looks like it says Batme, which I'm not sure what language that is, with a weird reversed euro sign on it, so I could make a guess, but I probably would be wrong. But overall, it's a nice artwork. It's the exact same artwork that came with the Joker figure, so it kind of gives you the indication of who the first three figures are in this line, which is this particular version of Batman, the Robin, which I haven't picked up yet, which I probably will at some point, and the Joker, which, as I said, I have reviewed. One thing to note about the Joker figure, which is interesting, I did see the back of the packaging for the Batman vs. Bane set, and on the back of that, it actually has Joker, the actual prototype of the Joker figure, and the little squirting thing coming out of the camera on that is actually blue, so it looks more like water than it does kind of an acid thing. But back to the figure itself. Here he is, Batman himself, with his, I'll probably just call it armor tech shield or something along these lines. So it's a fairly basic shield, just clipped onto his arm, as you saw. Has two clips on the back, a little bit of paint apps with the kind of copper color in the black plastic. It can clip on to his left arm, as he's shown using it in the artwork at the back, or you can just flip it around, and as long as you have the arms somewhat straightened, without me dropping things all over the place, you can clip onto his right arm as well. So it can be not dual wielded, but it can be wielded in both arms, or on either arm. Onto the figure himself, he has a quite nice sculpt of Batman. The logo I'm not familiar with. It kind of reminds me of the 52 logo that I've seen on some of the figures, kind of the more modern Batman figures. The bodysuit that it's sculpted is pretty nice. It has some nice paint apps. Posability, he has a swivel and jointed shoulders, so you can go out that much and rotate all the way around. He has a ball jointed head, so he goes up down a bit. You can kind of get a few poses out of it, kind of tilting. And he has single joint elbow with a swivel, and he has swivel wrist with hinge joints on it. Both hands are sculpted in a grasping pose. He also has the gold belt, which is a rubbery rubbery piece that has been glued onto his waist. He does have a waist swivel, which looks better than the Harley Quinn one, but it still has that kind of slightly off, like as if he's just like completely cracked his spine and a look to it. He does have a soft goods cape, which is kind of the felt. It feels like a kind of a felty material. He has this forward, not so much back, but he has forward on the legs, single jointed knees, no swivel in the knee, and nothing on the ankles. So he is a basic figure, but he does look pretty cool. He does look the business, as they say. So just for a kind of not really size comparison or anything like that, but just for some something fun, I did find that this armor piece that came with the is it the Justice League? Basically, it's the Justice League version of the Batman vs Superman Batcave that was exclusive to Toys R Us, I think it was, over in the States. It's like the big 4-foot playset. A Justice League version of it comes with a Batman instead of the unmasked Bruce Wayne. Comes with like a standard Batman with this armor piece clipped onto it. So this armor piece does clip on quite nicely, and because the colours sort of match, the shield, the kind of copper kind of matches the shield, it does look pretty cool on this Batman. But that's just something I found while I was messing around with them. For a size comparison, let me just bring in the Batman Missions Harley Quinn. So Batman does stand a little bit taller than her, and here is the Batman Missions Joker. So they all stand roughly around the same height. I still really like that Harley Quinn figure, although I did notice only afterwards when I was watching one of another reviewer's review spot about the wrists, the way the wrists look under the sleeves of the shirt. They look more like they're just part of the shirt and not actually rolled up sleeves, and kind of her forearms kind of look really chunky, but that's just beside the point. And then just for another size comparison, here he is with the, I think this is the Dawn of Justice Batman, if I recall. I don't think it's the Justice League version. Here he is with the Ben Affleck Dawn of Justice Batman. That was the only multiverse figure that was released over here. None of the other figures that came with that Build-A-Wave was ever released. And just because I have it to hand and it was in the other Batman's hand before I brought him in off screen, let me just see if this fits. Sort of does. Here he is with one of the weapons from that Batcave slash Justice League, I think it's called Stryker's Island playset. So he can wield some of those weapons quite nicely, and all in all he looks pretty cool. He's a good figure. I do recommend picking up. He's fairly reasonably priced as well. At least over here they're about 12 euros, which isn't too overly priced for what they are. Not too sure how much they are in the US. I think they're maybe just around the $10 price point. And in other countries I have no idea, but I do recommend picking them up. I do prefer this version of Batman over the other one. The other one is more of an all black suit, kind of similar to the big 12-inch one that I reviewed. So if you want to see that review, just check back on my channel. It was the Batman versus Man-Bat review. It kind of has a similar black suit to that. So all in all, very nice figure. So I do recommend picking him up. I don't have any issues with paint or QC issues with mine, and I haven't heard too much if there's any QC issues with the line. And just to show, he does have peg holes on his feet as well. something I need to keep doing as well on my video review, so it makes it handier for people who have stands. So there you go, guys. Quick video review for the Batman from Batman Missions line, or one of the two Batman anyway, at least from the Missions line. I might pick up the second one just to do a review for it, or I am intending to pick up the 3-pack, which is Robin, Batman, and the Bane figure. So hopefully I'll get that done and dusted. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video review. As I say in my videos, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Cheers!